Okay, well, welcome everyone to the July 16th Public Council meeting for the town of Conception Bay South. And we start as always with our land acknowledgement. The town of Conception Bay South would like to respectfully acknowledge the territory in which we gather as the ancestral homelands of the Beothuk and the island of Newfoundland as the ancestral homelands of the Mi'kmaq and Beothuk. We also respectfully acknowledge Labrador as the traditional and ancestral homelands of the Innu of Nitassinan, the Inuit of Nunatsiavut, and the Inuit of Nunatuavut. We strive for respectful partnerships with all the peoples of this province as we search for collective healing and true reconciliation and honor this beautiful land together. Next up, adoption of agendas and minutes. Adoption of the meeting agenda for July 16th. Someone want to move it? Councillor Hillier, seconded by Councillor Hardy. Discussion? All in favor? Aye. Contrary minded? Carried. I'm not waiting for anything there? Ah, there I am. Okay. And as part of the new computerized system, it's a little slower when we get between items. So the next thing up tonight is the adoption of the meeting minutes of June 11th, sorry. Someone want to move those? Councillor Connor, seconded by Councillor Butler. Discussion? Okay. All in favor? Contrary minded? Carried. Okay. Business arising from previous minutes will be dealt with at this meeting and meetings in the future. Visitors, presentations, and petitions, and I don't see a single one, which is an anomaly, I think, for us. We usually have something. So we'll move right on to new business, and tonight we're going to start with Councillor Christine Butler.
Thank you, Your Worship. Oh, feedback there. Well, I'm not going to go into the soiree events because I know there were so many of them, and all the councillors attended various different ones, and most of mine was dedicated to seniors functions and children's functions and daytime functions, as I'm lucky enough to be retired. I will say, though, that I want to congratulate staff, volunteers, all the different community groups, KINS, lines, whatever. The organization of this was just fantastic, and the turnout was so great. There were so many people at the events, so many people. You know, it was wonderful to see, and I think the residents are really embracing and enjoying, you know, the soiree every year. It gets bigger and bigger. I don't know where we're going to soon have it. It's getting too big. So I just want a big kudos out to everybody, and thanks to Nick, director, and the soiree committee also. So one more thing. This afternoon, I had the pleasure of greeting the HMCS St. John's Run the Rock NL participants as they made their last stop here at the town hall. This is the second year they've come here, and I want to thank Noreen Taylor for organizing it. She's with the Make-A-Wish program. And the money they have raised since 1996 is in excess of $1.6 million. So that's amazing and a wonderful thing for them all to do. And they were very appreciative of the fact that we had some water and sandwiches for them because it was a really hot day today. And they were all excited about the chamber. They were up in the Greenslades room. Can we go down there? Can we go down there? So I said, sure. I said, come on down. So we came down, and a lot of them wanted to be the mayor, if you can believe that. So they wanted their pictures in the mayor's chair there and a few group pictures. So it was a really wonderful event, and I think they're ending it off by going to Topsail Beach and putting the flag in the water. So thanks a lot to Run the Rock NL for another fantastic year of raising money for Make-A-Wish. That's it, Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Butler. Councillor Morris.
Thank you, Mayor Bent. I'm just going to echo what Councillor Butler said. Unfortunately, I was at the province for soiree, and I didn't get to attend the events, but I have heard from many, many people, and hats off to everyone involved. The rec department always does a top-notch job with everything that we do. So I just want to congratulate everyone. And also, I've heard a lot of feedback about Sam Jam. So I know Councillor Connors is highly involved with that. General comments about, you know, how organized it was and how great it was, how everything went. And of course, we all know why we do it in memory of two little boys. So just want a huge hats off to everyone who put off two big successful events in our community in the last couple of weeks.
Thank you, Councillor Morris. Councillor Barrett.
Thank you, Mary Brent. Not going to belabor it, but I would be remiss if I didn't extend my joy over how the soiree went the past week and just how everybody came out. And while we had a wet couple first days, I think the weather really couldn't have been better. And just want to extend my appreciation to the soiree committee, all the volunteers, but also the staff that again have pulled this off year over year. And I know it is a ton of work, and many times they work around the clock, but I just really want to show our appreciation to them. So please pass that along, Nick, to everybody involved with that. Definitely one of the highlights for the summer for us as a town. I did want to announce something else, though, as well. Finally happy to say our Trailway Trek half marathon is going ahead. The town of Conception Bay South, we're happy to say we will be hosting a half marathon on our Trailway. That's going to take place Sunday, September 29th this year. And so the race is going to start from the College of the North Atlantic in Seal Cove, and it will end at Topsail Beach. And so the majority of the race is going to be on the Trailway, and we all know how beautiful that walk run is along the coastline. And so we anticipate we'll have a few folks from all over the province to come and participate in that. And so this is going to be our first time doing it. There's going to be some more details available on social media, on our website in the coming days, but please check back and see how you can register and get involved. Even if you want to host a hydration station or something along the trail, we'll certainly be happy to have you or your organization involved. That's it for now. Thank you, Your Worship.
Thank you, Councillor Barrett. Councillor Hardy.
Thank you, Your Worship. Again, just want to do a huge shout out to all of the folks that put off the soiree. We had 20 events in 7 days, so I was speaking to a few families and who actually took the week off. They dedicated this as their week for a family vacation, and they attended all the events that they could, obviously besides the senior events at the homes, and they were just so happy and thrilled with the variety of events, the timing of the events, the coordination behind the scenes, because a lot of our town staff, whether it's the recreation staff, the town staff, our unions, they all put a lot of effort into this, and they're away from their families to put off these successful events for our families to attend. So I just really appreciate all of our town and our volunteers and stuff. And also just want to do a quick plug now. Tomorrow is camp day for Tim Hortons. So for all the residents in the towns of Conception Bay South, you have 3 different Tim Hortons that your fabulous councillors or mayor or deputy mayor will be serving you coffee, tea, or biscuits tomorrow. So hopefully everyone can get out and join in on the fun. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Hardy. Councillor Connors.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Worship, Your Worship. I just want to talk about Sam Jam just for a few minutes and give people some idea of really what it is and how it has grown just over 1 year and what type of event that it has become. Because it was an awesome, amazing success again this year. 145 teams with close to 1,500 players and coaches in 13 divisions, from ages 15 right on down to 4, 5, 6-year-olds. So it included all ages, 256 round-robin games with 108 playoff games, and that included 34 championships games. And for anyone that knows, 34 is a special number to the family because that was the number that Sammy wore in the only street hockey tournament that he played in. 728 Climb Higher awards were given out. 340 gold and 340 silver medals were presented to the kids. So Angie's goal is for everyone to get an award and touch the championship trophy. Every team, no matter win or lose, got the opportunity to come up and lift up the championship trophy. And it was like just doing that alone. You see the smiles on kids' faces. They don't care if they wins or loses. They got to touch the trophy. 16 rinks up on Admiral's Academy parking lot. But this year we built a special rink. It's an 80 by 30 outdoor rink, and that was Lynx Rink. and that was the showcase rink. It was the rink that championship games were played in, and we tried to get all, Sammy and Link were the same age, to get all their age group to play in that. It was definitely the talk up there. Everybody loved it, and it was two men volunteered to build it for us. So that was great. And then it was probably my highlight, and I heard Councillor or Melissa talk about it as well, as we have an inclusion thing. Everyone can, like SAM division. This year we had two teams of kids with various disabilities, challenges, and they were given a chance to play, and to see the smile on their face when they were presented with a jersey, Sammy jersey, or when they got their Climb Higher awards, and they all got medals and everything like that. It was pretty overwhelming at points. We're estimating that on Saturday there was about 6,000 people there, right? And Sunday it rained, but rained hard, but it was still about 3,000. We're saying about 3,000 people there. 5 or 6 food trucks were there. They all had exceptional weekend. It was a great time for them. We struggled this year with a little bit for referees and scorekeepers, but at the end of the day, people just came out and volunteered, and we ended up not having any delays or anything, so that all went really good. I want to give a big shout out to all the volunteers, but there's behind the scenes putting all this together, there's construction companies, there's people who just volunteer their equipment to do things for us that make it all so easier for us to put it all together as a group, and everybody else that was involved. Like, we had people that were volunteering for almost everything. The Sam Jam started out as a street hockey tournament, but last year and this year it's grown into something different. It's grown into an opportunity for friends, family, and the community to come out and help Sammy's parents, Angie and Steve, and their brother, and even this year, Link's parents, Megan and Adam, to help them move on. And the whole community atmosphere and everything about it, it's unbelievable. It's like a huge garden party. Mm-hmm. Like this year we had free bouncy castles, and we had people coming in and going to the bouncy castles and just being there to participate in it. It's really something. It's really like, it makes it a little more bearable for the parents, I suppose, and all the families. So I could go on, but it was a fantastic event. Looking forward to doing it again next year. I hope that we're not going, we're going to probably stay at the number of teams, 150 teams. I think that's our number to work with. But the support and the compassion from everybody has certainly gone beyond anything that anyone could imagine. And on behalf of Steve and Angie and Aidan, I just want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Connors. Yeah, an incredible event, and I can tell you from another hat that I wear that the smiles go beyond Admirals Academy. They go to the kids. The Sammy's Climb Higher Foundation assists to be able to play the sports that they love, and that money is, I can tell you, well spent, and lots of smiles and lots of participation comes as a result of that event up there. So lots of good to spread around for sure, and thank you for that overview of what happened the weekend. Fantastic. Councillor Rex Hillier.
Yes, Your Worship, first of all, excuse me, thank you, Councillor Connors, and congratulations, I guess, on the work that you guys have done in putting Sam Jam together. Obviously, it's been a very, very successful event. Just want to change the pace a little bit, Your Worship. I've had some communications from a group of residents in the area of the four-way stop at Sparrow Drive and Swansea Street. They're concerned with speed, people approaching the intersection with speed, the volume of traffic in the area, and not adherence to the stop signs at the intersection. Your Worship, this intersection receives traffic from Swansea Street, Cambridge Avenue, Sweetwater Avenue, Cliffside, Rockland, so a big portion of that part of Chamberlain's on their way to and from the highway go through this intersection. We're estimating somewhere maybe 1,500 cars a day going through there. Your Worship, this is a young neighbourhood, and in recent years we've done a major upgrade of a playground that's adjacent to that intersection. Just want to let residents know that we're having a look at it. We've reached out to our staff to do a further assessment on the intersection, and we'll move forward with it over the coming weeks. Thank you, Worship.
Yeah, thank you, Councillor Hillier. I heard concerns as well myself, and it's a bit of a conundrum, really, because of where it's located, and yet it's a connection, unfortunately, to other areas. It brings more people to that intersection than probably intended when it was designed originally.
Yeah, like when we do traffic studies, and I don't want to get into traffic studies and so on because it means a whole bunch of stuff. But when we do car counts on streets, neither one of the streets adds up to the threshold that we need. But when you bring them all together in that one intersection, it's a big issue at that intersection.
Especially with the playground so close by.
Absolutely.
And the kids are always going back and forth the corner there to get across to the playground. So yeah, absolutely. And planning to have a look at that for sure. Deputy Mayor Goss.
Thank you, Mayor Bent. So Saturday, July 6th was a big day in Conception Bay South with the start of our soiree, and we had Sam's Jam going on and so many things, and it was, the whole community was abuzz. And during the day, I had the opportunity to attend the grand opening of a new business, which is always a good day in Conception Bay South when we get to celebrate an opening of a new business. And it's the 1949 Barber Shop. And it's located at 54 Conception Bay Highway, there at the corner of Cherry Lane, in the little strip mall. And it was a great barber shop, very modern, super vibe. The place was pretty much hopping that day, and music and lots of excitement in the air. They had lots of family and friends and patrons that were stopping by, and it's actually their third barber shop. So they have two in the city, one on Torbay Road, one at the Village Mall, and third location here in Conception Bay South. And they do lots of neat and modern kind of things in barbering. So if you're looking for, if you're in the market for that, you should check out the 1949 barber shop at the end of Cherry Lane. And they even have a pool table in the center of the barber shop, which is pretty cool. So it was a really wonderful opportunity. I got to cut the ribbon with them and meet the owners, their family, and the kids, and it was a great day. So I just want to say congratulations to the 1949 barbershop. Thank you.
I wonder if they'll get any business from any councillors. I don't know, maybe.
I had a few looks toward me, but we'll see. The UNF barbershops, though, I'm told, they have a lot of different folks employed there, which is always encouraging to see.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Just a couple of things. Another opening since we last met, the Boo Bakery down in the, commonly known here as the Peter's Pizza Plaza, I guess, down at along the Conception Bay Highway. The pet shop and bakery is fantastic, and they got one end of the business. They have the area where they're actually making the treats for the dogs, and it's a great little business there. And I think most people that are familiar with the market they have in St. John's, they've been there for quite a while, built up quite a following, and it's great to finally see them open down there. Councillor Hillier, I see you were down there. I don't know if you brought your a little friend with you or not, but they're welcome.
Ace has been a patron of Boo Treats for a long time.
There you go, right? So yeah, so you've been getting them from the alternative location. Well, you don't have to go so far anymore, which is great, and I know Bella really likes them as well. So it's good to have them in town for sure. Just a couple of things about Soiree. It was a really fantastic, positive vibe this year, and I just wanted to say that the Clara Nolan's barbecue was a highlight for me. It was I mean, the place was blocked, and everybody was having a great time there, and it was, we had a great number of volunteers, come out and help out with it, and it was just great to be there, and a lot of fun. And, I think it's one of those events in this middle of the summer, if we had a place that could hold another 100, we'd have another 100, but it was a great time, and it's glad that we're able to do that. And I know that we have some seniors bus trips coming up, I think, over the next couple of weeks or so, maybe a couple of them actually, and that's great as well. And then we finished, we were supposed to finish off with the last blast on the beach. Topsail Beach Deputy Mayor, you and I were both down to that, and it was a nice event. And but what really finished it off was the Family Folk Festival Day. I'm not sure about the name of that one, but we usually have it at Parsons Field. We had it at Upper Gullies Elementary this year, and boy, that was a real carnival atmosphere. It was fantastic to see I think the school community that came out and helped support it, and it was great. The bands were there, Teddy Bear Picnic, and our own CUPE Local 3034 brought hamburgers to the parade this year, so we all had a free hamburger, which was great, and thank you for CUPE for doing that for us, and the King Club and the Lions Club and our Youth Advisory Committee and everybody that helped out with that. It was just fantastic, and of course the Rec Committee as well. And so it was nice to see that up at Upper Gullies Elementary, and I hope we stay up there because it was a nice venue to have it. That's it for me. So I'm going to move on to recommendations of the Planning and Development Committee, and Councillor Gerard Tilley is not with us this evening. However, Councillor Shelley Morris, I believe you're picking up the torch and running with it.
Yes, thank you, Mayor Bent. Everyone sit back and relax and enjoy the recommendations, because we have a few. All right, 6A, Sweetwater Crescent. Be it so resolved in accordance with section 6.7.1 and 10.11.2 of the town's development regulations. Application number 3711 received March 7th, 2024 for a home-based business hair salon located at 24 Sweetwater Crescent be approved, subject to provision of the minimum off-street parking required for the dwelling and business. So moved.
We have a seconder, Deputy Mayor Goss. Discussion.
Yes, it was great to see a home-based business, and we had one concern about traffic, but we feel that that can be controlled in this area. And as we stated, the stipulation, we need to have at least 5 off-street parking, which is included in this.
Any other discussion? All in favor? Contrary minded? Carried.
Okay, 6B. 374, 376 Fowlers Road. Be it so resolved that in accordance with Council's discretionary authority provided by Section 5.33 of the town's development regulations, application number 3944 received on April 29th, 2024 for a 27.9 meter square accessory building greenhouse at 374, 376 Fowlers Road be approved.
Do we have a seconder?
So moved.
Yes. Councillor Barrett, discussion?
Yes, we did have some concerns of, sorry, I'm just going to vote, regarding noise control and the size of the structure, but based on where this greenhouse is going to be positioned on the piece of land, we don't feel that these will be concerned, so we are voting for it to be approved, recommending.
Okay. Anyone else have anything to say on that one? All right. All in favor? Aye. Contrary minded? Carried.
Okay, moving right along, 6C. 5 Blue Spruce Drive. Be it so resolved that in accordance with the Council's discretionary authority provided by Section 5.32 of the town's development regulations, application number 3976 received on May 3rd, 2024 for a 71.3 meter square accessory building at 5 Blue Spruce Drive be approved.
Seconder.
So moved.
Councillor Connors. Discussion?
We had one submission in support of this, so other than that, we recommend that it be approved.
Okay. Anyone else? All in favor? Aye. Contrary minded? Carried.
Okay. 6D, 2 Gardner Drive. Be it so resolved in accordance with Section 13 of the town's fence regulations, application number 4077 for a fence at 2 Gardner Drive received on May 22nd, 2024, be approved, subject to a maximum height of 1.8 meters and offset 3 meters from the flanking street side yard boundary. So moved.
Do we have a seconder? Counselor Butler, discussion?
Nope.
All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
Okay, 6E, 91 Cherry Lane. Be it so resolved that in accordance with Section 5.3.1 and 5.7 of the Town's Development Regulations, application number 4027 received May 15th, 2024, proposing to construct a front yard gazebo at 91 Cherry Lane, be refused as the proposed accessory structure would be located in front of the main building on the property. So moved.
We have a seconder there? Counselor Connors, discussion?
Yes, so the location of the gazebo does not comply with the regulations, whether analyzed as a deck or accessory building. It could be possibly located elsewhere on the property, so the town is going to work with them to see if that's an option.
Any other discussion?
This is similar to like a shed, presumably. Like, we don't permit sheds in the front of your yard, so it'll be similar to that, I suspect, yeah.
Okay. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
6F, 37 Uplands Road. Be it so resolved that in accordance with sections 4.6, 10.7, and 10.11.2 of the town's development regulations, application number 4048 received on May 21st, 2024 for a hobby farm use at 37 Uplands Road be approved for a maximum of 10 laying hens on condition that the property owner register with the Provincial Farm Premises ID program and subject to approval of an accessory building animal shelter. So moved.
Do we have a seconder? Deputy Mayor Goss, discussion?
No.
It's interesting, Your Worship, we're limiting this property to 10 hens when Uplands Road is part of what used to be Uplands Farm and is now Chamberlain's Park. So it's, I'm sure they had more than 10 hens there when it was a full-fledged farm.
So you're saying they've come home to roost? Is
They've
that
come
it?
home, we've come home to roost.
Okay. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
All right. 6G, 79 to 83 Chamberlain's Road. Be it so resolved that in accordance with section 10.7 and 10.11 of the town's development regulations, application number 2427 proposing a 10-unit group dwelling development at 79 to 83 Chamberlain's Road be approved, subject to stormwater management design with zero net increase in runoff. So moved.
Do we have a seconder? Councillor Hilliard, discussion?
We did receive 11 submissions, although we do feel as council that these things can be regulated and maintained to move forward with this development.
Any further discussion? Yeah, I think one of the things that I appreciate is that the residents came out and made their concerns known. Now it's incumbent on council to follow through to ensure that any of those concerns that need to be are mitigated, and of course requiring the stormwater management design in advance is the proper way to do that, and and the protection of the area and what could possibly happen. So is there any other comments on this one? All in favor? Aye. Contrary minded? Carried.
Uh, 6H, 48 to 50 Indian Pond Drive. Be it so resolved that in accordance with sections 4.71 and 4.12 of the town's development regulations, the development approval issued on January 8th, 2024 pertaining to application number 3499 for the placement of rock material on the shoreline of Indian Pond adjacent to 48 to 50 Indian Pond Drive be revoked and the application be refused as the property owner, Crown Lands, has not consented to the application nor approved the work. So moved.
Seconder. Councillor Hilliard, discussion.
The property owner or the shoreline has not issued an approval. We recommend refusal of this, and basically without permission and permits, our hands are tied.
So, and that has to come from the province or the federal government, I would assume,
Yeah.
permissions in order for us to do anything different than what we're doing here tonight. Yeah. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
If I could just jump in real quick, I have a conflict on the next one because the motion to award, yes, is to my employer. So I'll just step out for a moment.
6I, Paradise Boundary. Be it so resolved that the Minister of Municipal and Provincial Affairs appoints Stantec Consulting Limited to prepare a feasible study regarding a proposed alteration to the municipal boundaries shared with the town of Paradise. And further, be it so resolved that subject to the Minister's consent, approval is given to engage Stantec Consulting Limited at a cost of approximately $12,000, HST included, on a 50-50 cost-share basis with the town of Paradise, to prepare a feasibility study regarding a proposed alteration of the shared municipal boundary. Funds to be taken from account 01-501-1000-7615. So moved.
Do we have a seconder? Councillor Butler, discussion. Let the invasion continue.
That's right.
Your worship, this is one that we've been trying to push forward for some time, and it has been a very slow process. Well, what we've been trying to do is work with two municipalities so that they agree, and then move it to the province so that they agree, and then try to work it back there. Really what we've got are a group of houses, a group of properties in Paradise with parts of their backyards in Conception Bay South, and many of them probably don't even know it. And really there's no real concern. Whereas on our end, we've got a landowner who's trying to develop a piece of property that has a significant part in Paradise that he wants to get straightened out. So that's where this all began. And it's nice to see that we've gotten to this point now where we're actually ready for a feasibility study, and then, put it this way, we have the steps ahead of us where we know we're going, rather than trying to gather everybody in and let them know that, yeah, this is important, which is what we've been trying to do for any number of years at this point.
Well, as long as it doesn't end up in a war or anything, we'll be happy with that. So hopefully they'll move in and get this sorted for us. But yeah, no, you're right. It's an odd sort of line that's drawn up there in that area, and it doesn't. The houses were built in one time where it didn't matter where the political boundary was, but now it'll be I guess valuable on both sides to get this sorted for everyone, for the residents up there. Any further comments? All in favor? Contrary minded? Carried.
6J, residential swimming pool regulations. Be it so resolved, in accordance with sections 14 and 35(5) of the Urban and Rural Planning Act 2000, the town undertake consultation with respect to proposed changes to the Town of Conception Bay South development regulations regarding how residential swimming pools and similar structures are defined and regulated. So moved.
Do we have a seconder? Deputy Mayor Goss. Discussion.
Yeah, I guess we've had some things come up with regards to pools and other things in the last few months, so we'd like to take the opportunity now to possibly make some changes or request some changes. So, things like excluding from the accessory building lot coverage, the difference between in-ground and above-ground pools. There's also, we have a lot of hot tubs and swim spas now, so there's all different things that are happening now, and I think it'd be a good opportunity to update and regulate based on those things.
I think that, I think some of the rules didn't anticipate, the way the world is today. And of course, it makes it difficult for people to put in any type of, like you say, swim spas and so forth. And I think it's something that residents seem to want more of. And we've seen a few applications over the past 5 or 6 years, and we're seeing a few this year alone. So, I think that some of the provincial regulations are at play here that have left us in this position to look a different route. A swimming pool is considered an accessory building, or considered the same as an accessory building, which, I'm not even sure why that is, but, maybe not a lot of people had pools when they were written 40 years ago, I don't know, but different world. Any other comments on this one? So we'll try to work the best way we can with residents to see some of this stuff move forward. All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
6K 293 Conception Bay Highway. Be it so resolved that the order ratified on April 16th, 2024 regarding a railing at 293 Conception Bay Highway be rescinded in consideration that compliance has been achieved. So moved.
Seconder. Counselor Barrett, discussion? All in
No.
favor? Contrary minded? Carried.
All right. 6L 132 Cherry Lane. Be it so resolved that in accordance with subsections 3.211 and 10.10 of the town's development regulations, application number 4103 received on May 27th, 2024 to develop a single dwelling at 132 Cherry Lane with a variance to reduce the building line setback from 10 to 9 meters be approved. So moved.
Seconder. Counselor Butler, discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
Okay, we're at the end. 6M, Committee Report. Be it so resolved that the discussions and decisions of the July 9th, 2024 Planning and Development Committee meeting be accepted as presented. The items we discussed are included below. So moved.
Seconder. Counselor Hilliard, discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried. Thank you, Counselor Morris. You can
Thank
take a
you.
break for a couple minutes anyway. Recommendations of the Engineering Department, that is Counselor Melissa Hardy.
Thank you, Your Worship. I may be just as long as Shelley, but hopefully not as long. 7A, approval to purchase roll-off bins. Be it so resolved that approval is given to purchase 2 roll-off bins from Durabec at a cost of $28,625.30 plus HST, and funds are available in account noted. So moved.
Seconder. Counselor Connors, discussion. I don't get to know what a roll-off bin is. Is this a garbage?
That's a bin that rolls off a truck and you fill it up and you roll it back onto the truck.
I knew that was gonna happen. I deserved that. All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
I just tried to stay silent for you. 7B, approval to tender, ratification, lease of 2 garbage trucks with automated arms. Be it so resolved that approval is given to tender the lease of 2 garbage collection trucks. So moved.
Seconder. Councilor Barrett, discussion.
Just trying to keep up with our fleet. Just trying to get the trucks to make sure we have a good complement in our fleet.
Yeah, and I believe this is part of a new program we're looking at. We're leasing these
Yep.
trucks. Yeah, so we're getting the best of the,
More
of the truck has to
cost-effective.
offer, and we're turning and getting another one maybe, so.
Yeah.
it's kind
Fingers
of-
crossed.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's something that we're not alone in doing. And I believe we announced this, I think at budget time last year, and it'll be good to see how this program works out for us. Hopefully it'll work out well, so there'll be less breakdowns for residents to worry about, and of course, it might be a little cheaper in the long run, because we know recently how expensive it is to maintain these vehicles.
Yeah. And that's
yeah.
what the statistics have shown us from other folks who have used it as well.
Yeah. All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
7C, approval to dispose of Unit 244. Be it so resolved that approval is given to dispose of Unit 244, a single-axle dump truck, as the vehicle is outside its service life and cannot be repaired. So moved.
Seconder. Councillor Connors, discussion.
It's just one of our fleet that is end of life, over 200,000 kilometers, so it comes a point where you just need to replace it and put it off the shelf.
It's done.
Yeah.
All in favor? Contrary minded? Carried.
7D, approval to award Phase 49 Water and Sewer.
Yeah, we just need one more vote there, folks. Who is it, do you know? Oh. Will you be able to move forward to the next thing, I wonder?
It just came up.
Vote just came up, so, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Technology, gotta love it. I know, yeah. Okay, sorry, Councillor Hardy.
That's okay. 7D, approval to award Phase 49 water and sewer. Be it so resolved that approval is given to award tender for Phase 49 water and sewer to Dexter Construction Company Limited at a cost of $3,090,206, including HST, pending all permit approvals, and funding is available from the project account. So moved.
Seconder, Councillor Butler. Discussion?
Just waiting for our last few permits to come in so that the company who has been awarded can certainly begin to move forward.
Yeah, more water and sewer work, another $3 million in the town, which I'm very pleased that we're able to continue as a council in doing that very necessary work and moving us further down that list that a lot of people are on, anxiously waiting to get to the top. And you can't get to the top unless we keep spending the money. And
Yeah.
we've pledged to do that, and we're doing that again tonight, $3 million more of water and sewer work here in Conception Bay South. Any other comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
7E, approval to award 2024 street upgrading, paving, and sidewalks. Be it so resolved that approval is given to award tender for 2024 street upgrading, paving, and sidewalk projects to Modern Paving Limited at a cost of $3,223,860.78, including HST, again pending all permit approvals, and funds are available from the project account. So moved.
Seconder. Councillor Connors, discussion.
We're just waiting on a last few permits to come in, and as soon as that's ready to go, the contractor will be able to begin to execute the work that we have planned for them.
Yeah, and I believe the list of the work is on the town's website, and I believe we see sidewalk work going on now in the Kelligrews area?
Yeah, we have some side work happening right now by the Kiwanis going up to Riverdale Bowling, and then we have another set of sidewalks going to be happening from Comerford Road to connect into Cole Thomas, and then some in the Topsail area as well. And again, that all determined on the amount of money that'll be left.
Yeah, I believe we're heading a little closer to Topsail Beach along
We
that
are.
area there. People have been
Yeah.
looking
Also
for as
in
well.
the Kelligrews area from the Drews Road up to
Tilly's?
Tilly's Road.
Tilly's Road as well. Yeah.
Going on now.
Caught in that twice
Yeah.
this week, coming and going.
Yeah. So lots of
So-
work happening.
Yeah, no, it's good, and, you know, the street upgrades are perfect, and I noticed today that there's a nice new level of asphalt out there on Minerals Road, so
Yeah.
that the maintenance
is done.
holes covers are equal to the pavement now, so we're not banging so much there. And I know people will be really pleased that the speed hump is not as
raised
humpy
sidewalk.
as it used to be. It's a little,
The raised
it's the way it's
sidewalk.
supposed to be now, right? So a little easier on vehicles, yeah.
See that you mentioned it, I want to compliment the contractor on that, because that was done last week with very hell up with traffic. Traffic was kept moving, the manholes were all done, and now it's done, all within probably in a week work. And they get that done, lines were put on it there this evening. It was a great job done. Yes, only the middle of July, yeah, so it's, but it's a great piece of work that was done really quick.
It was such a pleasure driving on it earlier today. I may go that way on purpose tonight, just to drive on it again. It's nice to drive on a road without any bumps, right? Anyway, any other comments on $3.2 million in street paving and sidewalk work this year? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
7F, approval to ratify PO 2024-0551, Unit 298 for repairs. Be it so resolved that approval be given to ratify PO 2024-0551 for repairs for Unit 298 in the amount of $21,800 plus HST, and funds to be taken from the account so noted. So moved.
Seconder. Councillor Morris, discussion.
This is one of our 4 loaders. After the winter season, repairs are inevitable after going through our winter seasons here, and this is the first one that was deemed to be the most critical to be looked at. So, and more inspections to follow on the other ones to come.
Any other discussion? All in favor? Contrary
Aye.
minded? Carried.
Okay, 7G, approval to award sanitary sewer assessment, and it's the Phase 1 of vapor testing. Be it so resolved that approval is given to award sanitary sewer vapor testing project to the Biomax Environmental at a cost of $129,500, excluding HST, and funds are available from the project account. So moved.
Seconder? Councillor Morris, discussion?
So this is going to be the first phase of our testing. Lots of communication will be coming out in the next few weeks. And again, it's just going to be some vapor in the sanitary sewer systems. It's odorless, it's not gas or anything like that. But again, our comms folks will certainly have a lot of information on this phase plan in the next few weeks, so that if residents see it coming up in their communities or around their homes, they'll know what to do and they shouldn't be concerned.
Okay. Any further discussion? All in favor? Contrary minded? Carried.
And 7H, our blanket recommendation for our Engineering Public Works Committee. Be it so resolved that the recommendations and decisions of the Engineering and Public Works Committee meeting held on July 10th be accepted as presented. So moved.
Seconder? Councillor Barrett, discussion?
Just lots of work happening in the town through all of our committee meetings.
Busy time.
Busy, yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
Thank you, Your Worship.
Thank you, Councillor Hardy. Recommendations of the Recreation and Leisure Committee, and the chair is Councillor Barrett.
Thank you, Your Worship. A few motions here this evening, starting with 8A, RFQ for summer camp busing. Be it so resolved that approval be given to award the RFQ for summer camp busing services to Citywide Taxi at a cost of $28,175, HST included. Funds for this expense are available in the following account. So moved.
Seconder, Councillor Hillier. Discussion?
Yes, Your Worship, this is a process in which we take the lowest bidder, and this year that was Citywide.
Yep. And I think we're regulated to do that, so.
That's
yeah.
correct, yeah.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
8B, Operation and Maintenance Review. Be it so resolved that approval be given to engage RC Strategies for the Operations and Maintenance Review for Recreation Facility at a cost of $43,060. Is the mayor in conflict? Is there any conflict on this? No. I'm sorry. I'm wondering, is the mayor in conflict on this one?
Yes. no,
Sorry,
thank-
I just realized that.
Thank you, Councillor Barrett. Yeah, no, I was thinking the same. I was thinking the next door here, right? Yeah.
I was halfway through and I was kind of caught up to me. Thank you, folks, for entertaining that sporadic comment. I'll start over. 8, my goodness, my apologies for that. 8B, Operation and Maintenance Review. Be it so resolved that approval be given to engage RC Strategies for the Operations and Maintenance Review for Recreation Facility at a cost of $43,060, HST excluded. Funds for this project are available under the Special Projects account. So moved.
Seconder? Council Morris? Discussion?
Yes, Deputy Mayor, this is just
I think that warrants a discussion.
a second. This is just we're still continuing work on our recreational facility, and this is just another piece of that. So that's it for now.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Contramanded? Motion carried.
Thank you. Things are getting silly now.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Barrett. You continue on.
Thank you, Your Worship. 8C, Concentra Bay South Arena Gutter System Repair. Be it so resolved that approval be given to proceed with repairs to the Conception Bay South Arena Gutter Systems at a cost of $31,900, HST not included, to CSL Roofing Experts. Funds for this project are budgeted under the building maintenance account. So moved.
Seconder, Councillor Connors, discussion.
Yes, Your Worship, this is just some ongoing maintenance we have at the arena, and yeah, nothing more to it than that.
All in favor? Aye. Contrary minded? Carried. Thank you, Councillor Barrett. I see I'm probably in conflict again as with regards to my employer, so I'll step aside. Deputy Mayor, you can take over.
Getting your steps in this evening. All right, 8D, soccer topsoil field. And before I provide the motion this evening, I want to let residents become aware that ultimately the pitch at the soccer field needs to be repaired. And this is something that we as council have been navigating for some time, and the timing of it is unfortunate because we did have this reviewed and inspected in recent time, and we were notified that our turf would be appropriate for use for another several years. But in recent time, we have had another review completed by Soccer Canada ahead of the Canada Games, and they informed us that the pitch is not appropriate for competitive use on a national stage, or for not even just for the Canada Games, but just it's deteriorated beyond a point that they believe that soccer can be played on it competitively, and so they recommended that be replaced now. We are aware in this room, this pitch is incredibly busy. The CBS Soccer Association is the largest soccer association in the province, one of the biggest sports associations in the province as well, and maintaining the quality of this asset is essential for our community. We know so many people that use it. We host so many events on it, including the forthcoming Canada Games, and we believe that this point in time is very much an excellent opportunity for us to do so, because the turf in fact needs to be replaced anyway, and doing so at this time allows us to tap into some opportunities leading up to the Canada Games. And so some of those organizations involved with that, and certainly other partners have allowed us to move forward with this motion this evening. And so we're very excited about that, and excited that we can also host the Canada Games next year. So on that front, before, moving forward with this motion, I do want to personally thank the Deputy Mayor as well for all the role that she has played in this, as we've been meeting with a number of organizations and partners to get their support in upgrading this asset. And so it's been a been a busy start to the year. We're halfway through, and I still feel like we're trying to catch up on some of these things, but we're finally here now. We're happy to be recommending this motion this evening. And so on that note, therefore, be it so resolved that approval be given to award Field Turf USA Incorporated for the removal of existing turf surface and the supply and installation of the new turf at the Topsail Soccer Complex. This purchase is through the Canoe Procurement Program at a maximum of $817,694 plus taxes and bonds. Town contributions are to be offset by contributions from other funding sources. Funds are available in the capital out of revenue account. So moved.
Seconder. Councillor Hillier. Discussion, I think we got lots of discussion. Does anyone else have anything else to add? Okay, all in favor? Yes, we're all in favor for this for sure. Contrary-minded, and motion carried. Thank you, Councillor Barrett.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Barrett. Do you have anything else I might be in conflict on?
I don't think so. I think that's it for this evening.
Okay.
And on that note, I'll finish it off with 8E, Recreation and Leisure Services Committee Report. Be it so resolved that the recommendations and decisions of the Recreation and Leisure Services Committee meeting of July 9th, 2024 be accepted as presented. So moved.
Do we have a seconder? Councillor Hardy, discussion?
I just want to again reiterate, it's been a busy summer with our recreation staff, and we just really appreciate all the work that they've put in to do all these wonderful things that you see on our committee minutes this evening.
Thank you, Councillor Barrett. Next up, recommendations, Financial and Administrative Committee, and that is Deputy Mayor Andrea Goss.
Thank you, Mayor Bent. First item there, 9A, is accounts payable checks. Be it so resolved that approval be given to pay accounts payable invoices totaling $844,587.45 as per the attached listing. So moved.
Seconder, Councillor Butler, discussion. All in favor? Contrary minded? Carried.
9B, manual checks. Be it so resolved that approval be given to ratify the payment of manual checks totaling $1,237,825.01. So moved.
Seconder, Councillor Connors, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
Direct payments register. Be it so resolved that approval be given to ratify the payment of manual checks totaling $446,488.46. So moved.
Seconder, Councillor Moores, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
9D is the capital invoice approval. Be it so resolved that approval be given to pay capital invoices totaling $619,069.30 as per the attached report. So moved.
Seconder, Councillor Hardy, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
9E, tax and other receivables. Be it so resolved that approval be given to adjust tax and other receivable accounts as follows. There were two requests that were recommended by staff. One was a request and approval, and one request was denied. So moved.
Seconder, Councillor Morris, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
2024 collections arrears accounts. Be it so resolved that collections activity commence on the accounts identified as being in arrears. So moved.
Seconder, Councillor Barrett, discussion.
This is just standard procedure. We have to set up a collections plan and go forth with that as part of our commitment under the Municipalities Act.
Yep. All in favor? Aye. Contrary minded? Carried.
9G, 2024 Tax Recovery Plan. Be it so resolved that approval be given to accept the 2024 Tax Recovery Plan as presented. So moved.
Seconder, Councillor Hillier, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
9H, Human Resources IT Coordinator. Be it so resolved that subject to approved documentation Cody Crocker be appointed to the contract position of IT Coordinator per the terms of the employment contract. So moved.
Seconder. Councillor Butler, discussion?
This is a contract position to support our IT department. There's a lot of projects and upgrades and things needed, and our IT staff are flat out just with the day-to-day, and so getting into special projects is difficult. So we've got some contract help now to get things moving along and support our department.
Yeah, it's so important these days, IT, and having the proper supports in place to make sure that things move ahead properly and protections are in place, and even the meetings that we're doing now are changing so that there's more support needed there as well.
And there's more and more online services through the town's website, so that all needs support and upgrades. And in order to upgrade services, you need to be able to allocate resources to that. So this will give the department some help, and hopefully we'll see, give them the opportunity to do the upgrades and work that's they've been wanting to do.
Good. Any further comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
And 9I is the Financial Services Department report. Be it so resolved that the decisions and recommendations of the Financial Services meeting held on July 8th, 2024 be accepted as presented. So moved.
Seconder. Councillor Morris, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
And that is it from the recommendations of the Financial Services Committee.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Goss. And finally, recommendations of economic development. I don't believe there was a meeting, Councillor Butler. Okay, good. Does anyone else have any reports from any of the other committees that councillors sit on? Yes, Councillor Moores.
Thank you, Mayor Bent. Yes, we had a downtown CBS meeting June 27th. So I just want to mention some of the things I'm just trying to put together now with last time we met and stuff that happened to downtown. It's hard when you only meet once a month, but you probably heard on the radio and stickers everywhere and the little signs everywhere about shop local, support local downtown, which went over very well. They had a great response from that. They also had, to end off that, they had a barbecue at the community park, which just so happened to be the same day that the water park opened down there. So there was a great crowd there, and they were had tickets for people just to put in, for a bike for a child to win. They had hot dogs and hamburgers, and anyway, it was a great crowd down there. It was fantastic. They have lots of things planned. I know they had a movie night during soiree, and they have a lot of other things planned throughout the summer. They just hired a student, and her name is Laurel Martin, and she's been fantastic. I don't know if anyone follows their social media, but you see all the different reels. She's actually going into all the different businesses in the downtown area, talking to them, getting some footage and posting it, so it's a real boost for all the downtown CBS businesses. So great things happening, and a lot more to come with regards to sidewalks and some more signage. So they are doing a lot of great work, and I just want to give another shout out to them.
Yeah, they're definitely on the go. The banners are great, and the Love Local signs that showed up one day, you see them everywhere. And it's good to keep it front of mind, for sure. Any other committee reports from outside? Okay, yes, Councillor Barrett.
Yes, I had a Parks Commission meeting last Wednesday, the 10th of July, I believe. And so that was great. The green team is in full force in our green spaces, and so certainly if you see them, say hi, give them our support as they enhance their green spaces. I also got a tour of Mangoes River new root cellar, and so that was kind of cool being in there, I guess, and they're trying to determine what the fall is going to look like in terms of programs for that, so stay tuned on that front as well.
Okay, excellent. Good to hear that that's progressing to finish. Excellent. Anything further? Okay, if there is nothing further, then thank you everyone for your work this session, and we're going to be back here again on August the 13th, and I will call for a motion for adjournment. Motion moved by Councillor Butler, seconded by Councillor Hardy. All in favor? Aye. Contrary minded? We are adjourned. Thank you.